Hi, John. I don't know if you're there. Just in case you are, I'm standing right next to the webcam. Just a quick audio check for the theater. So, you want to send me a text if you can hear me.
Well, it's showing, so.
Excellent.
Oh, watching how
What we
people
might
are
have
ready
to
to
do,
jump on this.
what we might have to do is might get you to run over to the theater and check the audio, or you can stand here and speak live through how well. That's what I think. That's why I put this here. So everybody would see that. When nobody's
Okay.
up here, getting ready.
Yeah.
So John's getting ready to check it for me.
Can you hear us now? Is there a live chat?
There probably is a
Supposedly.
live chat,
It
but
says there's a live chat, but nobody said anything yet.
well, we wouldn't be able to access that part of it.
I mean, I can from my phone.
I mean, yeah. Well, I guess actually I could chat there. I would be like the administrator.
Yeah.
I don't want to be. I'll probably hear from someone in PR. They're probably up there watching right now, checking on things.
Oh, there's
Hello,
15
hello.
people.
Checking the audio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You have a
Okay, thank you very much, John. Got your text.
I put for this day.
Actually, it's not too bad out here with the breeze. It's not too
I
bad.
know, it feels pretty good.
The worst piece would be the spot for me. Like, not really good breeze.
Here we go.
I like that they did for the people up here. The spray bottles and PG bottles. We got good
Are you one of the video guys?
Yeah, I'm checking my screen. We're doing a YouTube live.
Oh wow, live stream, huh? Oh wow.
I'm gonna take a walk here.
Oh, no
See-
problem.
I was gonna see how long the
You're not far away.
delay is. I think it's about 45 seconds.
Wow. You need help me time it, or are you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Would you join with me in a prayer of blessing? O giver of endings and new beginnings, we thank you that our story has brought us to this place. We celebrate with joy the dedication of this graduating class and the faculty, staff, administrators, trustees, families, and friends who have nurtured them along the way. As this chapter ends, we offer gratitude for the times that have challenged us and brought growth, the times of uncertainty that have nurtured faith, and the times of success that have fostered confidence. And yet we know that you continue the process of transformation within us and through us as we continue to write the story of our lives. Be present with and guide the class of 2019 and those who love them through this transition. In their doubts and uncertainty, bring hope. Where there is grief, bring comfort. Where there is fear, bring courage. Inspire them with new and greater dreams and grant them meaningful work that will allow them to live lives of consequence. Direct us all on the paths that will help us develop and redeem the story we continue to write together. When we get lost along the way, navigating between who we've been and who we are becoming, Remind us to lift our eyes to see from where our help comes. We offer this with faith and hope. Amen. You may be seated. Welcome to Hollins' 177th Commencement. Congratulations to the class of 2019 and the 224 students receiving their degrees today. Among you are Horizon graduates who have juggled academics, work, and life, making significant sacrifices to earn your degrees. You have strived to master time management and balance multiple dimensions of your lives, inspiring others by showing that it's never too late to pursue an education. Congratulations, you did it. For students receiving master's degrees today, this ceremony is another significant milestone in your lives. Many of you have also balanced a career and personal commitments while pursuing that cherished advanced degree. With graduate classes behind you and your thesis complete, you should be very proud, as we are of you. Congratulations. As for our undergraduates, almost 4 years ago, the class of 2019 arrived at Hollins and assembled as a group for the first time here as strangers on Front Quad for the road to commencement. Remember that day? This morning, the class of 2019 gathers here again, this time surrounded by your classmates and your lifelong friends, by faculty and staff who have become your trusted mentors, and by family members who have supported and believed in you every step of the way. Today, you cross the finish line. Among you, I see leaders in every dimension and of every style. In the classroom, on the field, in the studio, recital hall, and on stage, in student government, and in community service. Some of you are outgoing and exuberant, while others lead with quiet determination behind the scenes. What matters is that each of you has found and expressed your own voice. This authenticity and sense of purpose ensures that you will live a life of consequence as you define it. Whether your sphere of influence is local or global, we know you will make a difference by being who you are and by living our motto of Levavi Oculus, lifting up your eyes to imagine what is possible and what may only be done in some cases by you alone, with your unique set of interests, skills, talents, and values. Honor who you are at your core, and you cannot help but change the world, especially if you abide by the community values you have lived here. Be intentional, be open-minded, act with integrity, be kind and respectful to all, and value diversity and inclusion. At Hollins, you have gained a deeper understanding of the complexities and interconnectedness of the world. By participating in rigorous coursework and discussions, completing internships and research projects, studying abroad, developing your leadership skills, and serving others. You have discovered your own gifts, passion, and sense of purpose as you have grown increasingly discerning, independent, and confident. But we know you are not done yet. You are still becoming and growing in the context of a rapidly changing world. I encourage you to not give into the fear and anxiety of uncertainty, but to lean into the changes. For one thing is certain, your time at Hollins has already taught you to be adaptable, creative, and responsive to new opportunities. When I think of the class of 2019, it will forever be synonymous with a passion for social justice and issues of equity. You were instrumental in moving Hollins forward on the path towards reconciliation with our institution's history of racism. You pushed us to be more intentional and proactive as we strive to truly become a more diverse and inclusive campus community. Thank you for your hard work and honesty in this journey. Our work continues. Now, some of you are moving on to graduate and professional schools, including Radford University, William and Mary, Duke University, Caribbean University, Princeton, Ohio State, Carnegie Mellon, London School of Economics, Pratt Institute, Vanderbilt, Virginia Tech, Boston University, and I'm sure I've missed others. Several of you are also diving into real-world experiences in industry, the military, the arts, and teaching our nation's youth. Still others are taking some time to carefully consider your next steps. Graduations are often full of a complicated mix of emotions. Pride regarding your accomplishments, anxiety about the uncertainty that comes next, relief at the passing of the pressure-filled final season, sadness at leaving your home of 4 years and your friends. It's true that something is ending. This time of your life is coming to a close. But we call our ceremony commencement for a reason. A new beginning is just around the corner. Change pushes us out of our comfort zone. But if we embrace ambiguity with grace and curiosity, we can launch into our next beginning with more confidence and capacity than we thought possible. Each of you are smart and tenacious, having been nurtured and trained in the strongest tradition of the liberal arts by faculty who are devoted teachers and scholars in an unparalleled learning environment. You took risks and pushed yourself, and grew in ways that you may not have anticipated or even known was possible. And I want you to continue on that trajectory. This has been a tough semester for many of us, including me. But as hard as it is, adversity refines character. What is important is how we rebound and rise, what we learn, and how we recommit ourselves to walking worthy of the values that guide and define us, whether they be spiritual values, values passed down to us by our families, or humanistic values. Core values make us who we are. So graduates, walk worthy of those values. And when you inevitably slip, as we all do, take responsibility. Reflect on what caused it, course correct, recenter yourself, and move forward. My wish for you as you take the next step of your life is to be fully you. Don't try to be someone else. No one can do you but you. You're unique, beautiful, fearless,
or somewhat timid self that is always growing and learning, being refined by each struggle and human failing. I will always be grateful to you for your concern for others, your passion, and your perspectives. I can't wait to see the places you'll go and the ceilings you'll shatter. And I can't wait to have you come back for reunion. Congratulations. Next, we have changed the order of the program in response to temperature and heat. We will move to conferring of degrees, which will then be followed by our speakers and awards.
Good morning. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Fine Arts please rise? Madam President, I have the honor on behalf of the faculty to present to you the candidates for the degree Master of Fine Arts, all of whom have successfully completed the requirements for the degree as prescribed by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
By the authority of the Commonwealth, on recommendation of the faculty and approval of the trustees of the university, I confer upon you the degree of Masters of Fine Arts with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto.
Please hold your applause until the conferring of all of the Master of Fine Arts degrees. Michelle Elizabeth Acker. Lisa Archer. L. Taylor Ashton. Kervin Boyd. Ryan Blakely Brown. Susanna Nelson Bird. Joshua Cleveland Dawson. Erica DeLeo. Alexander Paul Del Campo. William Christopher Dennis. Nana Dewan. Erin Elizabeth DiStefano. Andrea Marish Doe. Hannah Abigail Ettinger. Martha Norman Fowler. Jeffrey Michael Hancock. Jordan Foster Humphrey. Jessica Rose Iverson. Josito Camsal. Lucas Taylor Layden. Rebecca Susan Lowell. Renee Diane Machen. Lucy Elizabeth Marcus. Jennifer Lynn McNamara. Shanna May Merceron. Kimberly Ann Patterson. Adriana Carla Rewald. Raymond Rodriguez. Lucinda Marie Rowe. Catherine Bayer Shatlick. Amy Love Tomaso. Sarah Marie Vesley. Adia Tamar Whitaker. Jennifer Michelle Wood. Zayao Yu. And now we can applaud. Will the candidate for the degree of Master of Arts please rise? Madam President, I have the honor on behalf of the faculty to present to you the candidate for the degree Master of Arts who has successfully completed the requirements for the degree as prescribed by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
By the authority of the Commonwealth, on the recommendation of the faculty and the approval of the trustees of the university, I confer upon you the degree of Masters of Arts with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto.
Lisa Marie Krajewski. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching please rise? Madam President, I have the honor on behalf of the faculty to present to you candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Teaching, all of whom have successfully completed the requirements for the degree as prescribed by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
By the authority of the Commonwealth, on the recommendation of the faculty and approval of the trustees of the university, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Teaching with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto.
Sarah Beth Brown, Kaylee Joy Calhoun, Jessica Embry Pfizer, Caitlin Danielle Kelly, Paige Meredith Lucas. Abigail Kiss McIntyre, Vanessa Marie Mills, William Howard Slauson, Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Liberal Studies please rise? Madam President, I have the honor on behalf of the faculty to present to you the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Liberal Studies, all of whom have successfully completed the requirements for the degree as prescribed by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
By the authority of the Commonwealth, on the recommendation of the faculty and approval of the trustees of the university, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Liberal Studies with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto.
Joanne Renee Copper, Ling Gui, Suzanne Yearwood Harrison, Amy Metcalf Abair, Chloe Isabella Landon, Sharon Dinda Dolo, Carolyn Sue Payne, Allison Lee Spalding, Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree please rise? Madam President, I have the honor on behalf of the faculty to present to you candidates for the bachelor's degree, all of whom have successfully completed the requirements for the degree as prescribed by and approved by the Board of Trustees.
By the authority of the Commonwealth, on the recommendation of the faculty and approval of the trustees of Hollins University, I confer upon you the bachelor's degree and admit you to all its rights and privileges.
After receiving your degrees, please take the opportunity while leaving the stage to reposition your tassel from the right to the left. Also, graduates in this very sunny spot, after crossing the stage, please feel free to move to another seat further back in this section in the shade. The first faculty award for academic excellence, Shannon Elise Kelly, summa cum laude, Departmental Honors in Environmental Science. The second recipient for the first Faculty Award for Academic Excellence is Babu Sakota, summa cum laude. The second Faculty Award for Academic Excellence, Maria Fernandez Junco Rivera, summa cum laude. And Departmental Honors in English. Veronica Abel Thomas, cum laude. Jessica Mariah Abshire, magna cum laude. Chelsea Elizabeth Alley, summa cum laude. April Beatrice Arnold. Rania Austin, cum laude. Bianca Anna Corinne Augustine. Rebecca Lee Austin, magna cum laude. Nora Lisa Bari, cum laude. Laurie Beth Baker, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Dance. McKenna Baker, summa cum laude. Molly Jane Barclay, cum laude. Alyssa Brianne Bennett. Brianna Renee Berry, cum laude. Hannah Jane Angelica Blackburn Jones, cum laude. Nora Virginia Bolte. Julia Laura Rain Teresa Brooks. Madeline Jade Brown. Taylor McKay Royals. Allison Nene Marie Caldwell, summa cum laude. Dina Nicole Campbell. Natasha Marie Campbell. Taylor Dawn Campbell. Jasmine Aaliyah Barber. Magna cum laude. Uma Eliana Casey, magna cum laude. Reagan Vaughn Chandler. Mira Chauhan, magna cum laude. Porter Grace Clark, summa cum laude. Sydney Lee Clark, summa cum laude. Montserrat Karen Coleman. Emily Brecken Collins. Rachel Elise Conrad, magna cum laude. Emily Esther Copeland Fish. Madison Nicole Carrera. Paige Davis Craft. Caitlin Ann Curley, cum laude. Sarah Ann Hughes Cushing Stiller, Departmental Honors in Theater. Mary Allison Daly. Shanice David. Elizabeth Talbot Davis, magna cum laude. Tobias Josiah Dean. Kaylee Nicole DePietro. Malia Elizabeth Diaz. Elizabeth Jean Dwiggins. Eliza Elliott, summa cum laude. Jules Engel. Laura Elizabeth Erkey. Sarah Madalena Evans. Christina Nicole France. Rose Elizabeth Franzen, magna cum laude, Department of Honors in Psychology. Ya Gal, cum laude. Mary Catherine Gates, cum laude, Department of Honors in Film. Morella Sunny Green, summa cum laude. Lindsay Ann Grubb. Kirby Francis Dunlap, cum laude. Deja Simone Haddon. Abigail Brianne Hall. Caitlin J. Hall. Cum laude. Haley Kayla Harrington, Department of Honors in Studies. Megan Alyssa Harrington, summa cum laude, Department of Honors in History. Valerie Heflin. Valerie Ina Helmrecht. Deborah Minue Hankey, cum laude, Department of Honors in Psychology. Christina Marie Henry, magna cum laude, Department of Honors in English. Margaret Marie Hefner. Lucretia Lee Hill. Anna Rachel Hollins. Dave Ainsley Hundermark, Department of Honors and International Studies. Kelly Ann Meyer, cum laude. Priya Garcelle Jackson, magna cum laude. Rachel B. Foster Jackson, cum laude. Nadia Jallo. Mallory Dawn Jacob. Tori Chantel Jolly. Kimberlyn Rose Kasich. Ani Adele Keller, magna cum laude. And Department of Honors in Sociology. Catherine Priestley Kirkpatrick, summa cum laude.
Oh, okay. Let's go head out.
Judith Miranda Lamb, magna cum laude, Department of Honors in Film. Natasha Lee Largo Anderson, summa cum laude, Department of Honors in English. Naya Ann Lawrence, Department of Honors in Dance. Betsy Victoria Liriano. Madeline Purnell Lohr. Lawrence Isandro Lopez, magna cum laude. Fonzie Liu. Madeline Marie Maddox. Samantha Devin Maxson, cum laude, Department of Honors in Political Science. Caroline Elizabeth Kyle Mayer. Elizabeth Diane McCulley. Jay Ashmanique McLean, summa cum laude. Elaine Annie Margaret Metz, magna cum laude. And Department of Honors in Biology. Mary Margaret Maynardi, cum laude. Laren Jean Mitten. Shallon Lachey Cherie Mitchell, summa cum laude. Deanna Nicole Morgan. Sierra Nicole Morris, cum laude, Department of Honors in Biology. Devin Mackenzie Mullins, magna cum laude, Department of Honors in History. Maxwell Nagel, cum laude. Yuri Nakamura, cum laude. Amanda Renee Ordor, cum laude. Haley Nicole Oxton. Abigail Carter Clark. Summa cum laude, Department of Honors in English. Ashlyn Elizabeth Parsons. Haley Erin Philippart, summa cum laude, Department of Honors in Theater. Lillian Pearl Potter, summa cum laude. Anais Felicia Quick. Cheyenne Taylor Reed. Kara Danielle Wright. Mira Ratola Show. LaQuasia Danica Jalissa Roche. Mackenzie Michael Roberts. Lindsay Marie Roman, cum laude, Department of Honors in Religious Studies. Victoria Elizabeth Rothford, cum laude. Naomi Rebecca Saltzman, magna cum laude. Arizona Lori Beth Stanson, magna cum laude, Department of Honors in Film. Danielle Andriana Sawyer. Maya Page Shetkin, cum laude. Elise Cameron Schroff. Lorato Lisa Sekbabe. Esma Bassam Shabab. Mara Elizabeth Smith. Ashley Elizabeth Section. Maya Davies Raylick, cum laude, Department of Honors in Biology and Chemistry. Sally Charlotte Gilboy Strode, summa cum laude. Allison Nicole Stinnett. Hannah Fisher Strauss, magna cum laude. Katie Lynn Taylor, cum laude, Department of Honors in History. Anshu Thapa, cum laude. Erica Denise Thomas. Cassidy Nicole Trudeau, summa cum laude, Department of Honors. So Helen Vargas Murillo. Aubrey Lynn Borgo, summa cum laude. Mariah Alexis Warren. Gina Loretta Reese, magna cum laude, Department of Honors in History. Elion Alessio Williamson, summa cum laude, Department of Honors in Psychology. Heather Lynn Willis. Erin Renee Zanetta. President Lawrence, I have the honor of presenting to you the class of 2019 graduates of Hollins University.
Congratulations, you did it! It is now my privilege to introduce the guest speaker for Hollins University's 177th commencement. Shireen K. Lewis's journey began in Trinidad and Tobago, where she was born and raised. She double majored in French and Spanish at Douglas College, a women's college at Rutgers University, where she was inducted into Phi Beta Kappa and awarded the Molière Prize from the French government for outstanding achievement in French. She went on to earn her PhD in French literature from Duke University and her JD from the University of Virginia School of Law. Upon her graduation from law school, she received the Herbert I. Kramer Public Service Award from the faculty at UVA Law. Subsequently, she was a litigator with the New York City law firm and a legal aid volunteer in Durham, North Carolina. She was honored by the National Association of Women Lawyers for her work on behalf of women law students. Her passion for helping others achieve a better life has endured. For more than 20 years, she has devoted more than 2 decades to mentoring and coaching women and girls, a calling that has culminated in her current role as Executive Director of EduSeed, which promotes education in historically disadvantaged and underserved communities, and the founder of EduSeed's Sister Mentors program, which supports learning among women and girls of color. Dr. Lewis has also established a distinguished record of achievement in the academic world. With a focus on Francophone West African and Caribbean literature, she has taught at several universities and presented her scholarship in both the United States and abroad. She is past co-president of the Washington, D.C. branch of the American Association of University Women. We salute Dr. Lewis's tireless commitment to bringing about profound and positive change in our nation and our world. As she told the Black Scholar in a March 2015 interview, quote, "I truly believe that we will begin to see radical change in this world only when women leaders become a critical mass. So that is why my work is focused on women and girls. I am hopeful that women and girls, including those who benefit from sister mentors, will become leaders who work to empower the powerless and better the lives of the disadvantaged. Once that happens, we will move towards peace and justice in this world." End quote. Please welcome to Hollins University's 177th commencement exercises, Dr. Shireen K. Lewis.
So good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
And thank you so much, President Lawrence, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you. It is an honor for me to be here with you this morning. I feel particularly honored because it is you, the class of 2019, who asked for me to be your commencement speaker. Thank you so much. Thanks also for the warm welcome I received when I visited campus earlier this year and got a chance to meet with many of you. Congratulations to the class of 2019. I especially want to salute those of you who are first generation college graduates. Congratulations. So every year, Hollins, like most universities, celebrates its graduates. However, there is another tradition here at Hollins, which is just as important as commencement, perhaps even more so. So let's play Jeopardy somewhat. So let me give you 3 clues, and let's see if you can guess what I'm referring to. And this is especially for the graduates. Now there is a rule, and the rule is that nobody shouts out the answer until I am finished giving all 3 clues, okay? All right. Here are your 3 clues. No one knows the day. No one knows the steps taken. No one knows how crazy the costumes will get. Okay, so let's hear it. Yes, Tinker Day. All right. And so nobody can say that Hollins' women don't know how to defeat a mountain. And these are the weird and wonderful things we do at women's colleges. It's amazing. I too went to a women's college, as President Lawrence mentioned. My mother said to me, well, you are such a big feminist. You should go to a women's college. So I listened to my mother, and I went to Douglas College at Rutgers University in New Jersey. And I am privileged to be an active member of the Alumna Association, the Associate Alumna of Douglas College. So I have spent the last 20 plus years heading up this wonderful program called Sister Mentors, which is committed to nurturing the next generation of women of color leaders. We have helped 71 women of color to earn doctorates, including in math, science, and economics, some of the fields where women, particularly women of color, are underrepresented. And we have helped close to 50 of our girls from low-income families to go to college. For the past 15 or so years, we have been taking the Girls and Sister Mentors to visit college campuses, including women's colleges. During one of our recent visits, one of our high schoolers asked a panel of women of color students the following question. What is the difference, she asked, between a women's college and a co-educational college? Of course, her real question was, what is the value, besides being a women's college, what is the value of an all-girls school? What difference does a women's college make? One of the students on the panel decided to respond by telling a story that went something like this. You know, not far from here, she said, is a co-ed university. And we take some classes there. The men at that university dominate the classroom discussions, while the women remain largely silent. The only women who speak up in class are us, the women from my college and from another women's college. And the other day, during a class discussion, I had to tell one of those men not to interrupt me when I am talking. The student's response was a powerful example of how women's colleges nurture and support young women so that they can find their voice, speak up for themselves, and become the true leaders they are meant to be. Shirley Chisholm, the first Black woman to be elected to the U.S. Congress, and the first woman to seek the nomination for President of the United States, said this: tremendous amounts of talent are lost to our society just because that talent wears a skirt. And by the way, Shirley Chisholm graduated from an all-girls high school. As the French existentialist philosopher Simone de Beauvoir said, on ne naît pas femme, on le devient. One is not born a woman, one becomes one. As you already know, in addition to wanting to learn leadership skills, women who go to women's colleges are also looking for sisterhood. So let's talk a little bit about sisterhood and see what that should look like so you, young women like you, can work towards or continue to work towards creating and cultivating sisterhood out into the larger world. You know the famous expression, sisterhood is powerful. Yes, sisterhood is indeed powerful, but it is powerful only and when we have the courage to talk about and deal with the complexity of women's lives, especially the lives of Black and brown women, who live at the intersection of many identities, including race, class, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender identity, immigration status, and physical challenges, just to name a few. Understanding this intersectionality is important when we say we are building sisterhood, when we say that we are bringing women together in community, when we say that we are a college for women. We cannot just focus exclusively on gender and lump all of us together as women, because for women of color, it is not only about gender. And if we were to insist on this sort of lumping based on gender, then we have to ask ourselves, why are we holding this space exclusively for women? Why are we leading this experiment of a women's college? What is this sisterhood thing really all about? One of the women's colleges we visited not too long ago has an annual day-long conference that engages students, faculty, staff, and alumni in authentic and difficult conversations around difference. The campus shuts down, classes get cancelled, and everyone spends the day in dialogue. And here's how they describe it. In dialogue, unpacking and examining systems that perpetuate inequality, the subtle violence of erasure, and the overt violence of Islamophobia, racism, xenophobia, and gender-based oppression. This initiative reminds me somewhat of the consciousness-raising sessions that feminists had at the start of the feminist movement. It is meant to put our lives in context, to see and understand women not just as individuals, yes, we are that too, but also through the lens of our past, our tribe, our ancestors, our mothers, grandmothers, our great-grandmothers. This reference to our past is especially important for women of color, including Native American, African American, Latin American, Muslim American, Asian American, and immigrant women. Our foremothers who underwent survivance, a term used by indigenous peoples, as a student here at Hollins explained to me. Survivance is a combination of survival and resistance. It is in part the suffering of untold trauma, the remnants of which are still very powerful and still impacting us women of color today. So let's go back to talking about sisterhood. How should we be supporting young women in sisterhood, especially young women of color? When they speak up about the racism, sexism, xenophobia, homophobia, Islamophobia, transphobia, and how all of those and other kinds of isms and phobias intersect and play out in their lives every day. When they speak up, we should amplify their voices, respect their stories, and work with them to combat the harm that is being done to them. when they push for change, including institutional change, for better treatment, for respect. We should line up behind them and push even harder. We should be sisters in struggle. That is what sisterhood is all about. That is what you, the class of 2019, can take into the world to create a truly diverse, equitable, and inclusive community for all women. Fortunately, young women, including the class of 2019, are not waiting for us older women to get there. You understand the fierce urgency of now, the urgent need for radical change. You have already forged ahead and have started the work. Those of you who have been doing the emotional work of helping to improve your college campuses for all women, including women of color, elsewhere as well as here at Hollins, you already get it. I salute you. Working to dismantle systems of oppression everywhere you find it is not easy. As Patrice Hollins, co-founder of Black Lives Matter, has said about oppression, this is a long-haul fight. We can't save the world, but we can impact how the world is saved. Having to do that work for an institution that one truly loves is even more challenging. And that is what I have heard from young women of color and their allies who have raised the alarm at women's colleges. They have said that it is because they love their institutions that they have put in the emotional labor to try to make these institutions live up to their stated goals and to be a better place for the young women coming behind them. Bell Hooks, the acclaimed author and scholar, has said that love is a verb. It is not a noun. It is about what we do, not about what we feel. Undergirding my work with sister mentors is a strong belief that if change is to come to this world, it will be women leading that change. I would think that what separates women's colleges today from co-ed institutions is our desire as women to create something new, something different, something that is more just and equitable. I would think that it is about our willingness to not only interrogate, but to radically change current systems or structures that give power to some and take away power from others. For me, what is at the core of having women in community, like we have in Sister Mentors, is a deep yearning for the full liberation of all women. And that full liberation includes Black and brown women and the intersectional identities that are very much a part of who we are. One of the things that the much respected diversity, equity, and inclusion expert Simran Noor said recently was this: I think one message that seems really important right now is modeling what we want to see. Do we want to continue to replicate harm because it has been inflicted upon us? What would a transformed society look like? How can we practice in small and large ways the behavior of justice, the attitudes of equity? So, class of 2019, don't let anyone say that Hollins women don't know how to defeat a mountain. Let's imagine and build together a world where we listen to all women when they speak their truth. Let's imagine and build together a world where not just a few women are free, but all women are free. Free from all kinds of harm. And I believe that the petri dish for this kind of world is women in community, including women's colleges. Communities of women who are willing to take a critical look at ourselves, interrogate our biases, challenge our own assumptions about women's lives, address the harm that we are inflicting on women who are different, women living at the intersection. So to all of you, class of 2019, I thank you for everything you have contributed to your college campus, to Hollins, for everything from simply getting out of bed on mornings and making it to class so you can be here today, to putting in the emotional labor to address issues you faced here and you struggle to change. Every one of you contributed in some way and worked to make this place much better than how you found it when you first arrived on campus. Congratulations to all of you, class of 2019. Keep on defeating those mountains, Hollins women. I can't wait to see what you will do with your lives after Hollins. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Shireen Lewis, for those words of wisdom, and I'm confident that the young women in front of us today will conquer the mountains and will continue on their path for bringing the needed positive change that the world needs and demands. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Alex Trower, Chair of our Board of Trustees. A member of Hollins class of 1986, Alex embodies the many amazing ways in which our graduates go on to make a profound impact on the world around them. As Executive Vice President for Global Communication for the Estee Lauder Companies, she has made invaluable contributions to one of the world's best known and most successful organizations. She is highly respected and widely recognized for her expertise in financial and corporate communications, crisis management, and consumer relations, as well as her dedication to promoting women's education and health. Alex is also deservedly revered for her work on behalf of the tenets of free speech and causes that affect female journalists around the globe. The International Women's Media Foundation, which seeks to elevate the status of women in the media, named Alex the winner of their Corporate Leadership Award in 2014. Last year, she received one of the communication industry's highest honors when New York Women in Communication, the premier organization for communication professionals in the New York metropolitan area, presented her with the 2018 Matrix Award. The recognition spotlights extraordinary female leaders at the pinnacle of their careers. Alex is quick to credit her experience as an undergraduate at Hollins for empowering her with the tools to achieve such a distinguished career. Any success I've had in my professional life starts and ends with Hollins, she proclaims, and adds, one of my passions has been to repay my debt to Hollins through board service, sponsoring internships, and serving as our students' mentor. I have worked with dozens of talented Hollins women over the years, and it's been one of my greatest joys. end quote. Please join me in welcoming to our 177th commencement exercises, Alex Trower, Chair of our Board of Trustees and proud member of Class of '86.
That was an amazing, amazing speech. Thank you. Very powerful, and I think we'll take it with us for a long time. So I am here, I have the great pleasure of awarding the honorary degree to our magnificent commencement speaker. And I would just say, throughout your remarkable life and career, your scholarship, teaching, and your compassion, and your empathy have a profound impact on the lives of countless women and girls. Your fundraising expertise was the catalyst for the change in locations around the globe. From a teenage pregnancy program at a high school in your hometown in Trinidad, to the first school in the village in Tibet that had the unprecedented requirement that 50% of its students be girls. As the first scholar to write a complete biography of the female intellectual and activist Paulette Nardell, you put an important spotlight on Nardell's contributions to early, modern, Black Francophone literature. And your advocacy of social and political advancement of women in Martinique have been so important. And you have served with distinction on the boards of several community organizations in this country that promote education and equity for women and girls. As the executive director of EduSeed and founder of EduSeed's sister mentor program, you continue to champion that organization's compelling vision, a charge to create, quote, a world where women and girls of color are mentored to achieve academic and personal success through higher education, resulting in economically independent and meaningful lives. Today, Shireen Lewis, in recognition of your great achievements, Hollins University is privileged to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, Honors Causa.
In early May, at Honors Convocation, our annual celebration of academic achievement, we conferred special awards, prizes, and recognition to a group of outstanding students. Names of these students are listed in your program. Would the convocation honorees please stand and be recognized for their accomplishments? Today, we recognize other students who are receiving commencement awards. The Faculty Award for Academic Excellence is awarded to a student with the second highest academic standing in the class of 2019. This year, we are pleased to announce that this honor goes to Maria Fernanda Junco Rivera. The first Faculty Award for Academic academic excellence goes to the student with the highest academic standing. This year, we are pleased to announce that this honor goes to Shannon Elise Kelly and Bipu Sapkota. Given by the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Foundation to honor the memory of the founder of the New York Southern Society, this award is made to a person associated with Hollins University who has shown in daily living and work those characteristics that exhibit the noblest of spiritual and human qualities. Since joining our campus community on an interim basis in 2011 and then officially the following year, this year's recipient is guided by a simple yet powerful philosophy. We are defined by our love and support for one another. She ministers to the spiritual needs of all our students, whether they are religious or not. From offering a listening ear as a student shares a problem, to serving as both a teacher and advisor, she has been a tireless advocate and resource for student development, self-care, and holistic well-being. She created Sanctuary, a popular weekly worship service, and actively guides our students' chaplains who in turn play crucial roles in building relationships and facilitating feelings of belonging on our campus. This year's recipient has also been at the forefront at Hollins of embracing community outreach and service to society, key components of our university's mission. She helped bring Elijah's Backpack to campus, an initiative that provides local children with healthy meals when their families struggle to do so. And with Meriwether Godsey, our dining service provider, she assisted in joining forces with the international relief group Rise Against Hunger to support the global movement to end world hunger by 2020. This year's recipient nurtures spirits, fosters connectivity, and promotes diversity and inclusion. As one of her colleagues noted, she has been a thoughtful mentor who goes above and beyond to support our students. Validating their experiences without judgment, she lifts them up. In gratitude for her dedicated support of the Hollins University community, Hollins bestows the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award upon Reverend Jenny Paul, University Chaplain. The Algernon Sidney Sullivan Student Award. This award recognizes the senior who has shown by daily living those qualities that evidence a love for and helpfulness towards others. This year's recipient exemplifies the integration of an inquisitive, diligent mind, an open and contemplative heart, and a strong spirit of leadership and service. While at Hollins, she has received the Hollins Recognition Scholarship for stellar academic excellence and potential maintained status on the Dean's List for 2015-16, 16-17, 17-18 academic years, was noted for first-class honors during 15-16 and 16-17 academic years, and second-class honors during the 17-18 academic year. She received the Nancy Ben Holzenbeck Prize in spring of 2018 and is co-recipient of the Patricia Dowd Overall Prize this spring. Her election into Phi Beta Kappa, Omicron Delta Kappa, and Sigma Tau Delta Honor Society shows her conscientiousness in academics and active participation in campus life. And her leadership is demonstrated in the initiative she began with a classmate to establish Kappa Delta Pi on Hollins campus, for which she enthusiastically serves as co-president. This year's recipient treats others with respect and honesty, acknowledging the interconnectedness and essential oneness among us. She understands the importance of nurturing others and serves as a student chaplain for the Office of Spiritual and Religious Life, and as well as president of the Mind, Body, Spirit residential community. She cultivates peace and exemplifies integrity on our campus and beyond, volunteering with a positive, illuminating energy. On campus, she serves as a lead mentor in the Office of Cultural and Community Engagement and as a juror on the Honor, Conduct, and Appeals Board. She was also a member of the Diversity Monologue Troupe and participated in the Jamaica Cultural Immersion Program during Spring Break 2019. She shares her love of Hollins with prospective students through her work as the lead admissions ambassador for the Hollins Admissions Office. Off campus, in the Roanoke community, she dedicates time as an after-school care coordinator and volunteers with the local nonprofit helping inner city children learn to read. While at Hollins, she has dedicated many Saturday mornings to Roanoke City children and their caregivers in order to promote the joy of reading and heighten their awareness of the importance of early literacy. This year's recipient is unyielding in her pursuit of excellence in every area, from coursework to community building. She is dedicated to taking advantage of every opportunity available to her and clearly aims not only to become an excellent educator, but also contribute to the growth and advancement of the field, not only at our university, but also to the profession in general. She is a role model who exemplifies compassion and excellence in all she does. Driven by a desire to serve others, her dream is to become a reading specialist and live a life of consequence through teaching. In the fall of 2019, she will begin her career as an educator in Chesapeake, Virginia. We are proud to present this year's Algernon Sidney Sullivan Student Award to Shalyn Mitchell. Award is given each year to a graduating senior who displays the finest spirit of leadership during her career at Hollins. This year's recipient of the Annie Terrell Bushnell Award is a leader through and through. In her time at Hollins, she has created new programs, championed causes on behalf of the student body, and encouraged her peers to speak up and speak out in an effort to make Hollins a more inclusive and welcoming place. As a student, she demonstrates genuine intellectual curiosity on a daily basis, asking thoughtful questions in class and engaging her peers in discussions about important and timely topics. She goes out of her way to draw quieter students into the conversation and helps them to develop their confidence and find their voices. She's always quick to praise others for their work and successes while she remains humble despite having an enviable resume of accomplishments to her credit. As one of her closest friends has noted, this student leader consistently puts the community ahead of herself. She has traveled to many places during her undergraduate career, from Oman to Qatar to Cuba, and has been an ardent proponent of the benefits of study abroad, encouraging her peers to step outside their comfort zones to experience the wonders and relevance of cultural and linguistic diversity. This year's awardee created the Model United Nations and Arab League Club on campus, served as head delegate at the Model UN and Modern Arab League conferences, was the Secretary General of the Appalachian Regional Model Arab League, and was named Outstanding Delegate of the latter organization 2 years in a row. A presidential scholar, the president of her class both sophomore and junior years, an alumna of the honors program, the campus leader for I Stand with Immigrants Day, a member of the Transgender Task Force, a resident of La Casa, and the recipient of the 2019 Mexican Embassy Prize. This double major in political science and Spanish, and this year's president of the Student Government Association, has gone above and beyond to serve the Hollins community. And she has done so with unwavering enthusiasm and verve. A lover of bullet points lists, the sweet donkey, and surfing movies, this year's awardee is a steadfast friend, a fervent advocate for social justice, and a passionate agent of change. There is no doubt she will go on to do amazing work in her new position as an alumni engagement officer with the Presidential Precinct in Charlottesville. This year's recipient of the Annie Terrell Bushnell Prize is Hannah Strauss. Award honors the senior who, in addition to being a good student, is preeminent in character and leadership. This year's recipient maintained an excellent scholastic record while pursuing the degrees in history and sociology. This year's recipient embodies the characteristics of a charismatic leader who is driven by their convictions, commitment to the cause, and service to the community. While rigorously pursuing their academics, they served in our community with their involvement in housing and residential life, academic policy board, and student government. Our recipient is known for their passionate and helpful spirit, always willing to take on new challenges and assist their peers in accomplishing their goals. Beginning their sophomore year, our recipient has arrived to campus before new student orientation to prepare for the arrival of students and help them acclimate in their residence halls. During this time, they also served as a member of Diversity Monologue Troupe. As senior class president, they promoted the interests of their fellow seniors and peers, as well as coordinated cherished Hollins traditions, including Ring Night and Senior Week. Their commitment to the Hollins community and their peers is bar none. carry deeply both inside and outside of the classroom. They never sought out recognition, rewards, or praise through these experiences. Nonetheless, they have garnered the respect and admiration of those around them. Their peers admire their thoughtful leadership style and the sustained willingness to support others. Their professors admire their strong work ethic and fierce commitment to academic excellence. Administrators and staff members admire their insight, honesty, and dedication to promoting the best interests of those around them. For their achievement in academia, leadership, and good citizenship, we are very pleased to award this year's Jane Koch Funkhauser Award to Nina Keller. It is now my pleasure to introduce the 2019 Senior Class President, Nina Keller.
All right, y'all, give me 1 second.
We love
Is everyone back out? Hold on. Well, I want to say thank you for the Jane Koch Funkhauser Award. And say hello, everybody. Wow, just wow. I wish starting this speech was as easy as addressing all those email blasts I sent out this year. That I could just say something like howdy, Matunas, or salutations, comrades, and call it a day. But alas, those of you that know me know that I am rarely at a loss for words, but this is one of those rare moments. It feels like every commencement speech I've ever heard or researched for the purposes of writing this one starts this way, but now I think I understand why. We've worked so hard to make it here, and looking at all of us, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed like a Hollins squirrel, the joy, love, and pride I feel is indescribable. Growing up in a Catholic family and going through 13 years of Catholic school, I learned, among other things, that pride is supposed to be sinful and that hard work is balm for the soul. In my time at Hollins, especially this last semester, I often revisit these lessons and work on reconciling these concepts. How can it be sinful to be proud of the work that we do? I've come to the conclusion that pride is a natural human emotion. We can and should be proud of ourselves. We have worked and wept and sweat and bled to get here today. We're allowed to look at what we've accomplished, all that we've overcome, and be proud that we made it. I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and I hope you all are proud of yourselves. Other fruits of my internal debate over pride and work is that pride works another way. We can make others proud, and others can make us proud. Now, I think I can illustrate this very easily. Parents, friends, honored guests, faculty, staff, literally anyone who's here right now. Am I correct in saying that you guys are proud of at least one of today's graduates? Good, I thought so. Our work and accomplishments don't just exist in a vacuum. Those around you see you and all you've done so far. They recognize your efforts and believe in you. To quote Jerry and the Pacemakers? Yeah. And the official song of the Liverpool Football Club. You never walk alone. In our own ways, we have all made Hollins proud, the same way Hollins has made us proud of it as a space for growth, learning, and community. Knowing you all and all that you've done here as students and as leaders, and what you'll do in the future as it runs, I know that we'll continue to make Hollins proud as we venture away from this little bubble. Again, knowing all that you've done here and what we as a class have been through in the last 4 years, I think that we all hope Hollins will continue to make us proud as it works through its own growth. We hope that Hollins will make us proud by continuing to create support for students of color and Black students and meeting the demands set forth by students this year.
We hope that Hollins will make us proud by truly including all women, women of color, lesbian and queer women, trans women, immigrant women, and masculine women. The list goes on and on. We hope Hollins will make us proud by providing safety, support, and acceptance for all students, including those whose journeys and identities aren't aligned with the traditional image of a Hollins student. I have faith that Hollins and the students, staff, faculty, administrators, and everyone else that makes this place tick will make these hopes real. And when that day comes, I know all of us will be proud. As I draw these remarks to a close, I'd like to reiterate how proud I am of all of you. You have earned this and so much more. I'd like to say that I'm proud to have served as the class president to such an amazing class. I'd like to say how proud I am of all the faculty, staff, and administrators, including Professors John E. Boland, Peter Coogan, and so many more that I just can't name in a short speech, to administrators like Patty O'Toole, Melissa Dehine, and so many more, and to the building and facility staff, Mary Ragazzi staff, library staff, and every other staff member that makes this place work. I'm so proud of you for helping me, teaching me, feeding me, housing me, and making sure that I was okay at the end of the day. So I'd like to say how proud I am to be a daughter, a sister, an aunt, a niece, a Nephite, a double major, a resident assistant, head resident assistant, and so much more. I wouldn't have spent the last 4 years any other way, and thank you all for making them so special. Signing off for the last time as your class president, sincerely, with much love and admiration, and as a strike to your sharp and glorious thorn. Stay blessed, y'all. And if I may, because it's not a Hollins function, especially the class 2019, we don't sing at least one round of Hollins Rock. So, let's get it going, y'all.
How can you top that? As we come to the close of the official ceremony today, let me remind you that the Hollins diploma you received today is an enduring symbol of your achievement. When you arrived on this campus, you were advised to make Hollins your own. Today, we encourage you to go out and live a life of consequence. Pursue your career with fervor and passion, and remember your commitment to good citizenship. As you leave this place, remember the ties that bind us together, the traditions, the mission, the continual search for growth and progress. Stay in touch with each other and with Hollins. Congratulations. Commencement guests are asked to please remain seated until after the academic procession has reached the administration building. You are all invited to stay and join us for refreshments here on Front Quadrangle. I now declare the 177th academic session at Hollins has now concluded.
You are reminded, graduates, to please pick up your diplomas from the green drawing room. Woo! And now go forward in celebration, in gratitude, in community, empowered to continue the work you've already started. defeating mountains and working for justice, equity, and liberation in the world. Go in peace.